What if I told you that this man, Carl Jung, discovered secrets that could help you understand your own thoughts, fears, and dreams? What if these secrets could not only change the way you think about yourself, but also transform your relationships, your goals, and even the way you see life? Have you ever wondered why you do the things you do? Why you feel happy one moment and overwhelmed the next? What if you could unlock the reasons behind your emotions and find peace, clarity, and direction? Carl Jung believed that by understanding the hidden parts of yourself, you could live a fuller, richer, and happier life. Are you curious yet? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the world and yourself forever. Now, why should you listen to this? Because understanding Carl Jung's life lessons is like finding a map to your soul. He believed that we all have a unique path to follow, but most of us get lost in distractions, fears, and doubts. By listening, you'll learn how to understand your thoughts better, face your fears, and live a life filled with purpose. You'll discover how to turn pain into wisdom, confusion into clarity, and darkness into light. Doesn't that sound like something worth exploring? Carl Jung was more than a psychologist. He was a seeker, a dreamer, and a thinker who saw life as a grand adventure. He didn't just study people, he understood them. And through his work, he left us with incredible insights, treasures, really, that can help you navigate your own journey. Let me ask you, have you ever felt like something is missing in your life? Maybe it's a sense of purpose, a feeling of connection, or just a deep understanding of who you really are. Jung taught that these feelings aren't something to fear, they're signs that your soul is calling out to you, asking you to grow, to learn, and to become the best version of yourself. Here's one of the most beautiful things he said: who looks outside, dreams, who looks inside, awakes. Isn't that powerful? What he meant is that the answers you're searching for aren't out there in the world, they're inside you. By looking within, by facing your true self, you can find a kind of happiness and freedom that no one can take away from you. But how do you do that? How do you look inside without getting lost? Jung believed that understanding your shadow, the parts of yourself you hide or deny, was the key. Think about it. How often do we push away our fears, our insecurities, or even our dreams because they feel too big or too scary? Jung teaches us that these parts of us aren't enemies. They're actually teachers, showing us where we need to grow. Imagine your mind as a vast, beautiful forest. Some parts are sunny and bright, while others are dark and mysterious. Most people stay in the light because it feels safe. But Jung invites us to step into the shadows, to explore the unknown. And when we do, we often find incredible treasures, hidden strengths, forgotten dreams, and a deeper understanding of who we are. Have you ever been afraid of failure? Carl Jung said that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every mistake, every misstep, Every misstep, every moment of doubt is a lesson, a chance to grow stronger and wiser. He believed that life isn't about avoiding pain or struggle, it's about learning from it. And when you do, you become unstoppable. Now, here's something exciting. Jung believed in the power of dreams, not just the ones you have at night, but the dreams you hold in your heart, the things you long for, the life you imagine living. He said that dreams are messages from your soul, guiding you toward your true purpose. What are your dreams trying to tell you? As you listen to this, I want you to think about your own life. What are the things you've been running from? What are the dreams you've been too afraid to chase? Jung teaches us that it's never too late to begin. Every day is a chance to step closer to the life you want, to the person you're meant to be. Here's another beautiful thought from Jung. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Let that sink in. Becoming who you are isn't just a goal, it's a gift, a journey, an adventure. And it's one you're already on, whether you realize it or not. Listening to this isn't just about learning, it's about feeling. It's about awakening something inside you that's been asleep for too long. It's about finding the courage to face your fears, the wisdom to understand your struggles, and the joy of discovering who you really are. So, as we continue, let me guide you deeper into the life lessons of Carl Jung. Together, we'll explore how to embrace your shadow, how to follow your dreams, and how to live a life filled with meaning and magic. Let's dive even deeper. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads. One path feels familiar, safe, even comfortable. The other is mysterious and uncertain, but something about it calls to you. Carl Jung believed that life constantly presents us with these crossroads, not just in big decisions, but in the little choices we make every day. And here's the truth: the path less traveled, the one that feels risky, is often where our greatest growth lies. Why? Because comfort keeps us where we are, but challenge pushes us to become more. Jung's lesson here is simple yet profound. Growth requires courage, and courage isn't the absence of fear, it's feeling the fear and choosing to move forward anyway. Think about your own life. When was the last time you took a step outside your comfort zone? What could happen if you dared to take that step today? One of Jung's most fascinating ideas was the concept of individuation. This is the process of becoming your true, whole self. He believed that each of us is born with a unique potential, like a seed waiting to grow into a mighty tree. But along the way, we often lose touch with who we really are. Expectations, doubts, and fears build walls around our authentic self. Individuation is about tearing down those walls, reconnecting with our inner truth, and living as the person we were always meant to be. How do you start this journey? Jung teaches us to pay attention to the clues life gives us: our dreams, our feelings, even our struggles. Everything you experience, no matter how small, carries a message. When you feel joy, it's pointing you toward what you love. When you feel pain, it's showing you where you need healing. Life is always speaking to you. Are you listening? Let's pause for a moment and talk about one of Jung's most powerful tools, the archetypes. These are universal patterns of human behavior, like characters in a story, that live within each of us. Think of the hero, who faces challenges with bravery, or the caregiver, who nurtures and protects. There's the explorer, who seeks adventure, and the sage, who searches for wisdom. What archetype do you feel most connected to right now? And which one do you want to embody more? Understanding these archetypes isn't just fascinating, it's transformative. When you recognize the roles you play in your own life, you gain the power to change them. Stuck in a cycle of fear? Call on your inner hero. Feeling lost? Awaken your explorer. These archetypes aren't just ideas, they're tools for transformation, and they're already inside you, waiting to be used. Jung also spoke about something truly magical: synchronicity. Have you ever experienced a coincidence that felt too meaningful to be random? Like thinking of someone right before they call you, or seeing a sign at just the right moment? Jung believed these moments are the universe's way of guiding us, showing us we're on the right path. Synchronicity is like a gentle nudge from life, saying, "Keep going, you're not alone." Can you remember a moment of synchronicity in your own life? Perhaps it felt like a small miracle, a whisper of something greater than yourself. Jung encourages us to pay attention to these moments. They're not just chance, they're messages, connections between the outer world and your inner self. And speaking of the inner self, let's talk about self-love. Jung understood that true happiness doesn't come from other people or external success, it comes from within. But loving yourself isn't always easy, is it? Sometimes we're our own harshest critics, focusing on our flaws instead of our strengths. Jung's advice? Embrace all of yourself, even the parts you wish you could change. He said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." Think about that. No matter what you've been through, no matter what mistakes you've made, you have the power to choose who you want to be. You're not defined by your past, you're shaped by your choices. And every choice you make today is a step toward becoming the person you dream of being. Jung also believed in the healing power of connection. He taught that we're not meant to go through life alone. Sharing our struggles, our joys, and even our fears with others is one of the most human things we can do. When you open up, when you let yourself be seen, something incredible happens. You create space for love, understanding, and true connection. As you listen to this, think about someone in your life who inspires you, supports you, or makes you feel truly seen. Have you told them how much they mean to you? Jung reminds us that life is short, and love is the most powerful force we have. So don't hold back. Share your heart. Before we continue, let me share one more beautiful thought from Jung. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Isn't that amazing? Every connection, every interaction has the potential to change you. What transformations are waiting for you today? And as we move forward, I want to remind you that this is your journey. Every insight, every lesson, every step is yours to take. Carl Jung believed that life isn't about reaching a destination, it's about the journey itself. It's about the moments, the learning, and the growth along the way. If you're feeling inspired, don't stop here. Keep listening, keep exploring, and keep growing. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can join me for even more insights into the mysteries of life, the mind, and the heart. Let's take a moment to reflect on something truly remarkable: the idea that every person you meet, every experience you have, and every challenge you face is a mirror. Carl Jung believed that the world reflects who we are on the inside. If you've ever felt triggered by someone's actions or deeply inspired by someone's words, it's because they're showing you a part of yourself, perhaps a part you haven't fully understood yet. Jung called this projection. We often see in others what we refuse to see in ourselves, whether it's our fears or our strengths. For example, when someone's confidence makes you envious, it might be because you've forgotten how capable you are. When someone's behavior frustrates you, it might reflect something unresolved in your own heart. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. The moment you realize that the world is your mirror, you unlock the power to change your life. So ask yourself, what is life showing you right now? What patterns keep repeating? What emotions keep surfacing? Instead of resisting them, what if you leaned in with curiosity? Jung teaches us that the things we resist don't go away, they grow stronger. But when we face them, they lose their power. Here's a powerful exercise you can try. Think of someone who has challenged you recently. It could be a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger. Ask yourself, what might this person be teaching me about myself? It's not easy, but it's transformative. Suddenly, the world becomes a classroom, and every experience is a lesson. Let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear is something we all feel, and Jung understood it deeply. But he also knew that fear isn't something to avoid, it's something to explore. He said, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." Isn't that extraordinary? What this means is that the things you're most afraid of, the challenges, the risks, the unknowns, often hold the key to your greatest growth. Think about your own life. What's one thing you've been avoiding because it feels too scary? Is it a conversation you need to have? A dream you want to pursue? A part of yourself you need to face? Jung's wisdom invites you to take one small step toward that fear. You don't have to dive in all at once, but even a tiny step can make a world of difference. Now, let's bring some magic into this conversation, because Jung believed in magic too. Not in the way you might think, with spells and potions, but in the magic of the human soul. He believed that there's a spark of the divine within each of us, a creative force that connects us to something greater. He called this the collective unconscious, a vast well of wisdom and energy shared by all humanity. When you tap into this, you feel alive. You feel inspired. You feel connected to something bigger than yourself. Have you ever had a moment of pure creativity when ideas seem to flow effortlessly? Or a moment of deep connection with nature where you felt completely at peace? That's the collective unconscious at work. Jung believed that art, music, and storytelling are some of the best ways to access this energy. So if you're feeling stuck or uninspired, try creating something. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be yours. Write a poem, draw a picture, sing a song. Let your soul speak. And speaking of speaking, let's talk about language, because improving your English is part of this journey, too. Carl Jung would remind us that learning a language isn't just about words, it's about connection. Every new word you learn is a tool for expressing yourself, for sharing your thoughts, and for understanding others. Here's a simple tip: practice thinking in English. When you're alone, narrate your day in English. Describe what you see, what you feel, what you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's perfect, what matters is that you're building confidence. And remember, every mistake is an opportunity to learn. Now, let's come back to the idea of balance. Jung was deeply inspired by the concept of opposites, light and dark, joy and sorrow, love and fear. He believed that true happiness doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from embracing all aspects of life. He said, "There is no light without shadow and no wholeness without imperfection." Think about that for a moment. Isn't it comforting to know that you don't have to be perfect? That your struggles, your flaws, and your fears are all part of what makes you whole. Jung reminds us that life is a dance between opposites, and every step, whether forward or backward, has its purpose. So, as we continue this journey together, remember you are already enough. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing to grow. And every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. There's still so much more to explore, and I promise the best is yet to come. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep this conversation going. Let's continue to dive into the wisdom of Carl Jung and discover more about ourselves and the world around us.